Not a good weekend for the Guardians, guys. 3 losses to the Mets, each by 1 run.
Well, and in each of these games, they blew leads late.
The Mets won in their last 3 at-bats.
Yeah. Now, in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, the Guardians were down. They came back, and then they still lost late.
In the 8th inning.
Inning.
I mean, Stephan came in and walked a guy, gave up a home run.
Their pen's been a disaster.
One of the things we talked about, Bull.
Yeah.
And this was one of my concerns when I went to Arizona in spring training, and I talked to the pitchers, I talked to everybody on the staff. The one thing that we were very concerned about was year to year, you cannot replicate that kind of success.
Yeah.
It's literally like you're throwing darts in the dark. And as good as they were last year, they've been that bad this year.
They've been, listen, Class A, I'm not going to say he's been terrible, but he's not been good.
I think he still leads the majors in saves.
Yeah, but
I think he's second in saves, but he already has.
But he's already blown more this year than he did.
And they've got 12 as a staff.
Yeah.
12 blown saves.
I mean, Karinchak's been awful, giving the grand slam to Pete Alonso on Friday night.
I think he's given up 6 or 7 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, as a whole, the bullpen's been just awful.
Yeah.
Pretty much across the board. And those are just soul-crushing losses.
You know
what?
what?
You had a huge lead on the Mets on Friday. You let it get away.
They were up 7-2. They gave up a grand slam to tie it.
Yep.
And they end up losing. They take the lead in the 10th inning. They score 2 runs. They give up 3 runs.
It was unbelievable. And the 3 runs they give up, they had given up 1. Obviously, you had the runner on second. But then it was 2 outs.
Yeah.
And then single. And Lindor kills them. Knocks to the game-winning run on Friday. Lindor hit the home run to tie the game last night.
My son Corey was at the game Friday, and he's like, Dad, that crowd, it felt like a playoff game. Yeah. Now, granted, the Mets have been struggling. They're just now over 500 with the win in Game 1, I think, of the doubleheader yesterday. But all of this being said, and I'm pissed. I'm telling you, I'm furious.
Yeah.
I am furious, and I'm going to the game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm furious right now. All of that being said,
they're 4.5 out.
They're not out of it. You're playing in the worst division in baseball.
I feel like every day I keep expecting to look at the standings and see them 10 out because they've lost 20 of their last 31 games. They're 11-20 in their last 31, and they're only 4.5 games out. And it's not like they were playing that great before this. Their season high is 3 games over 500. They were 9-6. I'm sorry. 9-6.
You're right.
And they've lost 20 of 31 since then. So
that's a problem.
Like, if you're 9-6 and you lose 20 of 31, in most cases, you're
done.
double-digit games
You're done. Even if it's still May, you're done.
But the whole division stinks.
If they were in the East, they'd be 15 games out?
If they were in the East.
The Twins would be tied for last in the East.
That's a good point. The Twins would be tied for last. They wouldn't be 15. They'd be 14.
Okay.
Even in the West, everybody's good except for Oakland.
I know. If you look across, Boogie, 1 second. If you look across the American League, there are only 5 teams in the entire American League with a negative run differential.
Yeah.
Only 5. The A's, -168, which is absurd. just flat out absurd.
If this was soccer, they'd get relegated to AAA.
The A's, by the way, have given, and the other 4 are the AL Central
in the American League Central outside of the Twins.
The A's, by the way, are allowing 2 runs more per game than the second worst team in baseball. 2 more runs per game. I think the White Sox are the second worst.
Well, you know what? The Sox are in for a series starting tonight.
If the White Sox win the series, the Guardians are going to be in 4th place.
This is where they got to get hot. I'm pissed right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not throwing in the towel because why would you? Now the Cardinals are starting to play better baseball.
They've gotten hot.
You know what's interesting?
They just gave my Dodgers
the
trouble.
Cardinals, the Yankees, the Astros. There's some teams in there I'm missing.
Dodgers got off to a bad start.
They got off to horrible starts that are now turning it around. Now, Tito notoriously starts slow.
Yes.
His team, this is their trademark. And they usually get hot in June. It's time. Look, you're 2 weeks away from being in first place. You're a week away if you get red hot.
Yeah, the problem right now is, and I still think they're going to win the division. And right now they're an awful baseball team. Right now, this moment in time, they're an awful baseball team. They're not hitting well. They're not pitching well. They're not doing anything well.
I think their starters are throwing well.
That's the interesting thing this weekend. All 3 starters were solid or better.
Pitched well enough to win the game.
And, there's some issues in the back end of the rotation, obviously, with the injuries, but I'm fine with the rotation.
Yeah, but they've addressed that. Like with
Bibby's pitched
Allen
very
and
well.
Bibby.
Yes.
And when is Williams coming? Like, have you seen what Williams is doing?
Yeah, he's been great.
I mean,
I would think
guys can't hit him.
All right, and Bo Naylor needs to stay in the majors.
Absolutely.
This is ridiculous.
On May 18th, which I think was Thursday maybe, or Wednesday or Thursday, the catchers for the Guardians were hitless for the month.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
I made that whole segment on Friday.
Bull, you and I could take 66 Major League at-bats. We're going to get a hit. We're going to get a hit.
Maybe you could. I don't know.
Hey, I built an entire segment for you on Friday about that. And then you called out sick. Just so you know.
Oh, man.
That was a bummer.
We had a whole segment.
I miss Kurkjian. Kurkjian was here.
I know. He was great.
We asked him about you, too.
I loved Tim Kurkjian. I was so bummed that I missed him.
Did you hear the story he told about you?
Yeah. See, did he tell the story about spring training when I jumped in
the batting cage?
Yeah. He was like, I don't know, Jay. You know.
He was the one. I think it was Kurkjian who said there was a group of us. Mark Mulder from the old Royals pitcher was there.
A's.
Yeah. He said, and I can't remember, but I think it was Kurkjian started, and he goes, man, we were watching guys take BP, and the pitching machine was set at 90, and it's the kind that you don't see. It looks just like a pitcher.
Yeah.
You see the video, and the ball just shoots out. And he's like, man,
Jay, do you want to hear
none of us could hit
Tim? We have Tim telling a story. You want to hear it?
Sure.
It's only a minute long.
Yeah.
All right, Steve.
He underestimated me.
Take it.
Jay is a dear friend of mine. We went to we did a show in like Phoenix or something doing the Giants, and Jay still plays baseball at a pretty high level. So he jumped in against the pitching machine, throwing, it was at least 85. It might have been 90. And 90. He said, I can hit this. And I'm thinking, Jay's a good ball player. He's a good athlete. I'm not disputing. I said, I'm not sure he can hit 90. And after about 3 pitches, he hit a bullet. He hit a rocket. And I said, all right, there's Jay Crawford for you. And I played catch with him a few times. He can throw a baseball. So it's always good to find someone who's in the business, who's actually played at least one of the games. It's not necessary to have played in order to be a good writer, analyst, reporter, but it sure helps if you have played before, if you know what 90 miles an hour looks like, and Jay Crawford does.
Jay talks about his playing days all the time, so I'm glad we got some real confirmation that he actually does know how to throw.
Jay is a dear friend of mine.
What's that?
We went to the bat.
Is baseball your favorite sport?
Oh, by far. Yeah, by far.
Jay was a professional baseball player, Boogie.
Yeah, and we opened our season Saturday with a big win, 12-4.
Oh, nice.
6 innings, 1 earned. 3 for 5 at the dish.
Nice.
Yeah,
Red hot
big
start.
win against a very good team in our. What's that?
You still playing?
Still play. Yeah.
Where?
Still play. It's Northern Ohio.
Anything down there in Canton area or no?
Yeah, we play games in Akron.
Really?
Yeah,
Patches up the arm every year.
I do. I got to tell you though, this was the first year that I should say, I didn't throw at all. You know, I just didn't. I've been doing a lot of different exercises for pitching, but I showed up. Get the ball for the season opener, went 6 innings, 5 Ks, walked 3, which is a lot for me. I do not walk guys. I know. Listen,
it's honestly embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Get off my show.
I was seriously. Now, one of them was a 3-2 pitch that was beautiful. My catcher even turned around and he never says anything. My catcher said, "Where was that?" So it should have been 2 walks, but technically it was 3 walks. But I thought my arm would be killing me because I probably threw 90 pitches.
Did you yell at the umpire on that pitch, by the way?
What's that?
Did you yell at the
umpire? No, I didn't.
Do you have a fan?
We are going to go out. We will
club?
shoot one of Jay's games. That's
Yes,
a promise.
you absolutely
we'll
have
go
to.
out, Mike J up and shoot one of his
Do you have
games.
a fan club?
It's very small. Family,
I might
family
pop
members.
up one of them
All
games.
right, very good.
He had
Body
one more fan
paint
before I
going.
learned he walked 3 batters in his debut.
Yeah.
Off the Jay bandwagon.
That will be.
Nervous is
I will
out.
not walk 3 guys in a
there
game
you
the
go.
rest of the year. But that story was true, and what he left out was he said, "I'll pay for a group dinner," because there were guys that were hitting in the cage that were. I'm not saying they would miss a lot, but there were guys that 90 they were swinging and missing, and he's like, "There's no way you're touching that." So when they were done, it wasn't the Giants. We were at the Giants the day before. It was at the Indians, and they said, "Go ahead, go in there, and we'll give you 3 pitches to square one up." I fouled the first one off. I hit the second one. It was in a cage. I wish it wasn't because, and I think Tim would tell you this, my third one might have been a home run. I mean, it was completely squared up and hit to dead left center field, and it was crushed. And everybody that was in there was like, what in the hell just happened? And I just dropped the bat, walked out of the cage, and I said, Tim, we're going to the most expensive restaurant in Phoenix, and you're paying. Because it wasn't just dinner for me. He said, I'll buy the group, our whole Baseball Tonight group.
How big was that bill?
It was, I don't know, but it wasn't small because we could all eat.
Are you a big Dodgers fan?
So.
But that was your team growing up?
Yeah, that's my team now because I'm an LA guy. So
yeah.
Me learning now, understanding the game more now. I'm a huge Dodger fan. Love Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and things like that. So yeah.
But you know what's Ronald Acuna is having the kind of season that you remember 30 years from now.
Yeah.
He's running. It feels like he's running away with the MVP race already.
And they got a great rookie too.
They've got a great club.
Their whole team's really good. Spencer Strider's stacked. Yeah. Real quick, one last reminder that the Lunch Drive, the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, is sponsored by Collet Companies Championship. You can see your favorite golfers at Firestone Country Club on the 12th through the 16th of July. Check them out at collegolf.com. And Boogie mentioned L.A. He mentioned his Dodgers, but we can't end the show without giving Boogie a chance to cry about his beloved Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh,
wow.